What's up, Chaotix? This episode is sort of like a public service announcement. It's gonna help you with your mental health. It might even save your back. It might even save your marriage. I'm talking about hoses and watering, and man, it's chaos in the garden. Okay, Chaotix. You know, everybody's been asking me, sending me comments, what kind of a YouTube channel is this? You haven't been posting any videos. Where you been? Well, I'll tell you where I've been. We're in the middle of the summer. I've been watering all day. Every day that it doesn't rain, I'm out here humping hoses, and it's killing me. It takes 90 minutes every day to water my gardens. And me, I don't leave well enough alone. The house is over there. I keep colonizing our farm and building gardens. We're standing right now out at the medieval table, you remember that. But I built a border around here and I used these beautiful under the sea zinnias. They're gorgeous and they're supposed to be like coral. And since this came from under the sea, I wanted it to feel like it was at home. So I have these beautiful zinnias, but the problem is I have to drag a hose out here and water it. I got hoses everywhere. I'm down here by the street, that's our gate, and I'm like, 400 feet from a water source. It's all the way up there at the house. So I'm running hoses down all the time. This is my life, is just moving hoses. But I'm dragging them all over the freaking farm. And I only have 3 water sources on this whole farm. I mean, this is my life all day. Something's got to change. There's got to be a better way. First of all, one thing you need to know, all right? Hoses, as far as I know, come in 2 sizes. They come in different lengths, but I'm talking about the diameter. You see this beefy bad boy right here? This one, this beast? That's a 3/4 inch hose. That means this is the diameter, 3/4 inch. It means it's bigger, carries more water, but it's heavier. The second size is they come in 5/8 inches. Okay, this is an example of what it looks like. You might not be able to see really a big difference, but here. This is a 3/4 inch diameter, right here, okay? Against this. This is a 5/8 inch diameter, so you can see which one's gonna be moving more water. This one, big. This one, not so big. It's just physics, man. The more water comes through, the easier it is to water your gardens. These 3/4 inch vinyl like hoses are heavy, really heavy. And I don't know much about math, but I do know that a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. This thing is 100 feet long, and when it's filled with water, I'm doing the quick math, and I think it weighs probably about 1,000,000 pounds. And I have to move this thing every day, and I'm sick of it. The 5/8 inch one, I'm retiring. You get these cheapos and you get what you pay for. This one I got at Walmart. I was desperate. It gets like this. As soon as it gets hot, it tangles up, and it's not moving enough water. But I've always been curious what's inside of these cheapo hoses. What are we getting inside of this? Nothing. It's just a vinyl hose with no lining, no anything. Plus, this is jive, it's junk. So why is this a public service announcement? I'll tell you, because a lot could happen while you're dragging these hoses around. For example, you could be dragging this bad boy, and you're dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, and you could hurt your back. It's happened to me, it's terrible. You don't need that type of trouble. What else could happen to you? I'll tell you what could happen. This thing could get all tangled up on the floor, right? And you're walking around trying to get it, and you trip and you fall and you hurt yourself. I don't want that happening to you. What else could happen? I don't know. You're dragging hoses, heavy hoses, through the brush. You get attacked by a wild animal. It could happen. But most importantly, what I want you to know is that my wife is at the end of her limits with me with the stupid hoses and dragging them around. We had to find a better way, and this is it. Zero G Pro, the future of advanced hose design. Well, I'm switching out all my hoses for this. First of all, it's 55% lighter. It's abrasion and leak and puncture resistant. It is. I've had these for 2 or 3 years. The guys have hit them with the lawnmowers. They really are durable. The last thing that I want to show you, and it's really important when you're buying hoses, is the connectors. You want this to be able to spin freely from the hose. Unlike this one, where when you screw it into something, the whole thing gets twisted up. This thing spins freely. The second thing is that the hardware is good. This is a brass interior of the coupling device. And the third thing is, if you're messing around with hoses like I am watering your garden, go to the store and for a couple of bucks, please, please, please always have all of these things, these washers, filters, everything. They come in all different sizes. If your hose leaks, like where it's coupled, it's because you don't have a washer, it fell out. The other thing about hoses is I spent half my life coiling them, and it's back-breaking, brutal work. But the best you can usually do is get them coiled up so it sort of looks like this. They resist coiling. This heavy, heavy thing, same thing. I'm coiling, it takes me 30 minutes to try to get a neat coil. With these, it's almost like string. You just lay it down when the water's out of it, and it goes into a neat pile like this. So that's it, everything you need to know about hoses. Hopefully this one works for you because it's saving my life, my back, my brain, my marriage. If you like these types of tips, please subscribe, hit like, send me comments. Chaos in the garden.